Hello friends, welcome to the Alankar Pharmacy classes again, and in this video I will explain about the forced circulation evaporator, another very important topic in pharmaceutical engineering and unit operation. So without wasting our time, let's start. First of all, evaporation is a common unit operation used in chemical, food and pharmaceutical industries and also in desalination, water treatment and power plants. Forced circulation evaporators operate with a significantly high feed velocity of 2 to 5 meter per second through the tubes compared with that obtained in natural circulation. Forced circulation evaporators are normally more expensive than film evaporators because of some additional attachments like pump and network of circulating pipes. Regarding its principle, in these evaporators, heat is transferred from steam to liquor through forced convection. Feed is introduced at high pressure through pump and allowed to flow through longer and narrower tubes, and due to this, boiling point of the liquid is increased. The liquid when rises through tubes because of heat transfer by steam, boiling starts, and this superheated liquor, when it reaches the vapor head, there is a sudden flash of the liquid causing the separation of vapors and liquid. Regarding its construction, the different parts of the forced circulation evaporator as shown in this figure are a heating element shell, vapor head, downtake pipe, circulating pump, deflector, steam baffle, non-condensed gas outlet, condensate outlet, salt separator and liquor level indicator. These evaporators are constructed by using stainless steel or alloys such as Monel and sometimes inert materials for handling of corrosive fluids, for example graphite for its chemical inertness and excellent thermal conductivity. In its construction, you can see that there are some additional components, for example circulating pump, salt separators and liquor level indicator. Circulating pump is used to introduce feed inside heating tubes. Salt separators are actually used to remove the crystallized material as rapidly as it settles. It is basically used for liquid forming salts or crystals. And this form of construction is particularly useful when liquid forms crystals inside evaporator. The vapor head is connected to a return pipe through which concentrated liquid is collected. The vapor head may also be connected with cyclone separator for adequate separation of liquid from vapors. Now the next segment is working. Feed is introduced from bottom in calandria portion of the evaporator by using pump. Velocity in these tubes is maintained at 2 to 5 meter per second, which is significantly higher than that obtained in natural circulation, for example horizontal tube evaporators. Because of the pressure of pump, boiling point of feed increases and thus boiling does not occur in tubular portion. The liquid rises up in the tubes and heated by the steam circulated outside tubes through its valve. This superheated liquor when exit from the end of tubes in vapor head, there is a sudden flash due to sudden loss in the pressure. This liquid strikes deflector which breaks the foam and prevents the entrainment. And entrainment is basically a carryover of the liquid droplets by exiting vapor. A good entrainment separator will limit liquid carryover to 10 to 20 per 10 to the power 6 kg of vapors. The formed vapors are removed through its exit point and liquid concentrate returns to the pump for recirculation. The thick viscous liquid is then collected from its outlet provided at bottom. Now regarding its advantages, feed is introduced by using pump and thus heat transfer rates are higher even with the increasing viscosity of liquid. Higher viscosity operations reduces falling and scaling, also making it suitable for liquid forming crystals. Thermolabile components can be evaporated because of short duration of stay of liquid inside tubular portion, provided operation is performed under reduced pressure. It is suitable for wide variety of evaporation applications, for example evaporation of viscous liquids also, since in this case pumping system is used. This evaporator is particularly useful for liquids forming solid deposits, and it is also suitable for liquids forming crystals or solid with increase in temperature. And regarding its disadvantages, these evaporators are expensive because of some additional components as we have just seen, like pump, salt separator and long network of pipes for circulation of liquid. And it is also having a considerable high operation cost. And now its uses, forced circulation evaporators can be used for variety of materials with few modifications such as superphosphoric acids, red liquor, meat extracts, salt, caustic soda, alum, glues, alcohols and foaming material. It is also useful for the concentration of insulin and liver extracts. So this is all with the today's topic. Hope you all have liked this video. Please share with your colleagues who are in the search of this topic. Thank you friends.